Wouldn't we just call it social commentary? And if that's the case, has it not been around for a long time already?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Halloween, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Night of the Living Dead, all of that is just social commentary. Let's take a look at one of my favorite examples, which is A Nightmare on Elm Street. You have kids growing up in the world dealing with a problem that's very specific to them that the older generation had caused in the first place. And throughout the entire movie, the adults are neglecting not only the fact that that problem is a problem, but also they neglect the responsibility of that issue. So then it's up to the younger generation to identify the problem, figure out how to solve it, and survive. I think that the movie is still incredibly relevant because that's what the whole movie is about, and we deal with that every single day of our lives. And of course the movie, it's a guy killing people in their dreams, which we don't deal with, but we do deal with these problems that were caused by an older generation that neglects the fact that any of those things are a problem, and if they do acknowledge those problems, they totally believe that they are not at fault. I wholeheartedly believe that a lot of horror films have always been social commentary, like allegories or metaphors for real-world problems, and a lot of people neglect that because some of these films hide it really well. And I think this idea of woke horror just puts the message at the forefront of the movie rather than just having it be a parallel that can be drawn. Absolutely, I can and will. To me, the film is about a response to the push of conservatism. So the Friday the 13th series as a whole is known for kids doing drugs being murdered, kids having premarital sex being murdered, and how it's this idea of enforcing conservative values by killing those things off, right? And the first movie has like all of those things. So with a young person in mind for the audience, we are watching these horrific things happen to these people through the eyes of the killer. We're basically watching our peers die through the eyes of our killer. And the film leads us to believe that it's a man the whole time. But nope, it's her. And she is probably the most conservative looking person on the face of the planet. She looks like anyone's innocent mom or grandma. But just because they look innocent, they sound innocent, and convince you that they're nice people, they might not actually be nice people. She is killing people who aren't even responsible for the death of her son, just because all teenagers are the same and they should all die. Because they all just do drugs and have premarital sex and don't care about anyone else in the whole world. And that is a very extreme form of conservatism, but conservatism nonetheless. And she appears to be so innocent that one of the main characters gets in the car with her, thinking that she's safe, that she found some type of safe haven and a safety place with this other person. Turns out she was wrong. And of course the one that makes it at the end is the one who didn't participate in any of those things. All she wanted to do was have fun with her friends. That's it. And in order to do so, she had to kill this symbol of extreme conservatism that was killing all of her liberal friends. I hope that I explained this well enough, but to me that's exactly what this movie means. It's about the fight and push of conservatism and liberal values.